What's up, Abby? What's up, Austin? Good to see you. Perfect timing. Yeah, let's get into a story. This story is titled, Pretty Sure I Was Almost Lured into a Sinister Halloween Trap. And it was submitted on Let's Not Meet 21 minutes ago. Brand spanking new, baby. This just happened a few hours ago. I have called and reported it to the police, and I am home safely, but I guess I'm still in shock. Could do with putting it down in writing to process it, and I figured this is as good a place as any to share what happened. Where's the rest of the story? Oh, I didn't fucking click on it. Shit. I finished work early today, and so I decided to go out for a run. I set out at around 4:30 and decided my usual routes, which cross many roads, will not be very practical, and so I took an alternate route along a canal towpath, some pathways through the woods that I knew would be less busy. Everything was going well. I was pushing myself steady until I got on a pathway that was around 6 kilometers into the route. It is a long, straight path with a canal on the side, and on the right there is a wasteland where some factories used to be, but have been mostly demolished. It has been left abandoned for as long as I can remember, and is overgrown with trees and weeds, but there are odd bits of an old factory that for some reason weren't fully demolished. As I got level with one part of the factory, which still has some old metal fire escape steps attached to it, I noticed a rough-looking guy sat on the wall with his legs hanging down. He jumped to his feet and as he saw me coming and shouted something, but I couldn't make it out. As I came level to where he was, I heard him say, "Wait there. Can you help me find my phone?" He said this while he was running down the steps, and so I stopped as I got level with where the bottom of the steps was, meaning we were standing just a few feet apart, but with a fence in between us. It was a really old iron fence with vertical metal bars that had spikes at the top like you'd see around the churches and things. He asked me if I would help him find his phone again, saying he had dropped it somewhere nearby, and asked if I could ring his number so he could listen for it. I felt I couldn't exactly refuse as my phone was strapped to my arm, so I said he could tell me the number, and I took my phone off my arm and unlocked it. He blurted out a phone number but said it far too fast, and it didn't belong with 07, which made me start to feel that something wasn't right. Although I was beginning to suspect at this point, I wasn't really worried. I am in pretty good shape, had a big size and weight advantage over him, plus there was a fence between us. He didn't seem in very good physical shape and seemed like he might be homeless. I figured if he was trying to mug me for my phone, his only chance would be if he pulled a knife, so I made sure to stay a good distance away from the fence and kept my eye on where his hands were. So I told him I didn't catch any of the numbers because he said it too quickly, and he came out with another number. This time it did have a 07 at the beginning. I entered 7 numbers, and then he started to look around, saying, "I can hear it. Come and help me look," as he looked at the ground. I was about to say that I hadn't finished dialing when a much larger black guy appeared from behind a section of a wall to my right. He was also really scruffy looking, and from the look of his eyes, it seemed like he was on drugs. He came out saying he could hear the phone ringing towards him and beckoned me to come through the gap in the fence and help look. The white guy then said, "Is it ringing?" "Yeah." And I told him it was even though I still hadn't dialed the last digits, and now I was sure they were trying to lure me to come on that side of the fence. After 2 or 3 more times of them beckoning me to come and help, always insisting they could hear the ring, I heard the black guy say, "He's not that far from it." He said in a hushed way. "He's not that far from it," he said in a hushed way as if he thought I wouldn't hear. But with it being in the middle of nowhere, I could clearly understand what he said. The white guy started acting quite aggressive and punched a tree, telling me that he needed his phone badly and how his whole life was on the phone, telling me to come and help him look for it. While he was punching the tree and ranting, the black guy had taken a few steps to my right. I couldn't keep my eyes on both of them at the same time. It was after 5 p.m. by this point, and it had gotten dark all of a sudden, which made the whole thing even more unsettling. I I noticed there was a gap in the fence where some of the bars had been removed right where the black guy was heading, and I decided at this point to get the hell out of there, and I made a run for it. Neither of them said anything as I ran away, which makes me sure that they had malicious intentions. If they genuinely lost their phone and needed help, I would expect them to shout, "Where are you going?" or something to try to get me to come back. But they didn't shout anything. After sprinting for a good 20 to 30 seconds, I turned to see if they were chasing me. They both stood on the path around where the gap in the fence had been, but were not chasing me. They were just standing there and watching me run away. I continued running away, but kept looking back every few seconds until I was out of sight. It was at this point I got off the canal path and onto the roads. The person I spoke to on the phone to report it took my details and the descriptions, but seemed to think it wasn't anything worth worrying about, but saying it would be investigated. The whole incident left me a bit unnerved, and I'm pretty sure I won't be jogging that route alone anytime soon. Happy Halloween, everybody. Appreciate y'all dropping in. I know I haven't been able to say hello to a lot of you because I've been reading, but what's up? What's up, Alexa, Lizzie, Carla? I know there's probably a lot of people on there. Serenity, Joanne Brown. Appreciate y'all dropping in. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Halloween. No, I haven't drank today. I drank last night. I'm drinking an energy drink. But, no, I haven't drank anything today. I should have grabbed some beers, though. I should have. But I didn't. What's up? I'll turn that on. Like my costume? I worked very hard on it. I'm doing good, Eurobands. How you doing, dude? Hope you're having a good Halloween. Happy Halloween. Hentai forever, because I know you guys want to know. I have surprise diarrhea. Have fun with that, dude. Bad Vibes Storytelling. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Good to see you. Well, I can't see you, but I kinda do. What's up, Mario? Good to see you, man. Teddy? What's up? What's up, Australia? Leandra? Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you. Shout out to Chewo. Don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah. Are you evil, your maker, today? I'm evil, your maker, every day. Every day, that's what I'm talking about. It's snowing. That sucks, Austin. It's nice and sunny, as you can see the brightness behind me. It's still cold as shit. Well, I think it's like 55 degrees, but for me, living in the desert, that's pretty damn cold. Angelica Rock says, how the hell do I become a member again? It should be that join button. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I know Dr. Blue had an issue with it at one time too. It unsubscribed him and wouldn't let him become a member again. Have I ever considered doing diarrhea stories? No. That is not something that's ever crossed my mind. I'm sorry. People are weird. Thank you, Kyla. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I appreciate that. What's up, Job? Glad you made the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and get into another story. That's what I'm thinking. I'll just read this. Fuck it. I'll just go in order. This one's titled, Thought This Belonged Here Too. Is that the title of it? No. They just titled that and then forwarded another story. The title of the original story is An Odd Glitch. Still puzzles me. And it was originally shared in Glitch in the Matrix subreddit. So let's see how this goes. In my first year of college, I had a class with a boy who I instantly thought looked very familiar. I spent a few classes trying to figure out how I knew him to no avail. I kept feeling like I was just on the verge of remembering, but I could never ultimately place him. Finally, I approached him after class one day and introduced myself and told him about my weird almost memory. To my surprise, he had the same feeling about me. He recognized me as an old friend, but couldn't remember how or when. So we sat down and ran through all of the possibilities. Me and this guy, we'll call him Jack, had no commonalities in friends or schools or activities. We lived on opposite parts of town, didn't like the same music, so it wasn't a concert, didn't attend any of the same summer camps, nor did we grow up in the same churches, which I thought it was. We were literally so different on every level we couldn't have possibly met before. What's weird is when I approached him, he looked super relieved, like, finally she's gonna say something. We never figured it out, but we became friends. After this, our friendship got very creepy. He started to become attached and would wait for me everywhere. One day, Jack said he wanted to go on a date. He explicitly said, "This would be a date." I said no, and I had a boyfriend, which I already mentioned before. He acted possessive of me and was like, acting like I was making a huge mistake and that I should know better. It was so weird. I told him that he needed to be happy. I told him that he needed to be happy with being friends or fuck off, because at this point I was getting annoyed. I started avoiding him after class because I knew he was starting to gaze at me in class in a very daydreamy, ominous way. And I would dread his texts, God, I could not talk today, asking me if I wanted to get lunch. I started to ignore him and made other friends in class who I would walk out with. So one day, Jack just stops coming to class, and his texts stopped. He never came back to class that semester. He had very good grades, so this was off, but I didn't want to open communications again and see if he was okay. It wasn't until a year later I saw Jack again. When I saw him, he oddly had the same expression from the first time I talked to him, where he looked relieved. He said, "I have something important to tell you. Can you meet me in the library in an hour?" I said sure, only because the library was packed full of people I knew. I was already going there, and it was a very safe campus. But Jack never showed up, and I never saw him again. The end. The end. What's up, Kasaya? Hope I pronounced that right. Dr. Nozzle. Nice name, dude. Very interesting. Happy Halloween, Lakota. Good to see ya. Been a while. No diarrhea stories. Don't worry, I'm not doing diarrhea stories. Next year, Halloween is on a Saturday. Nice. That's pretty cool. Lorraine says, your voice matches your face. Does it? I don't know. I've heard it doesn't. I've heard a lot of people said they thought I was black. 'Tis life. Diarrhea stories. Yeah, what the fuck? LEV, have I checked out your store yet? No, I've been like super busy, dude, with the Halloween. In fact, I got a couple collaborations I'm in the middle of working on as well, and all that good stuff. Lord of Shower, dude. Good to see you, man. Been a while. Hope your move went well. Hope you and the fam are nice. Thanks for name correction, your maker. Name correction. Are you Brent? I corrected that name, if that's what you're talking about for the patron credits. If that is you, I'm sorry about that. I thought I double-checked, but I guess not. Have I thought of doing voice acting? I have. I've been looking into it, actually. I was trying to find out how you... what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart. It's not apply. What the fuck is the word? Jesus. No, not Jesus. That's not the word, but yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it. We'll just say that, yes. Yep, your voice is as scary as your face. Fuck you. But it's true. But fuck you. You spelled it right the second time. Okay, so that is you. Good to know, Lord of Shower. I didn't even know that was you. Now I know. I try to keep up and remember people. Oh. Yeah, I went through and actually redid all the text for it for this last video too. Audition, there we go. That's the fucking word I was thinking for. Thank you. Exactly. Shut up, Tiggle. Okay. Yeah, so I just got to look in, but I am definitely interested. I think I applied one time for a video game, but there was like a shit ton of people. No, not interviewed. It's audition. It's like acting. You got to do the auditions and shit for it. Now we're buds for life, Lord of Shower, for sure, dude. Now I know you are, too. Yes. I'm glad you pointed that out, though, too. I would have never noticed. I don't even know how I misspelled it the first time. You've been a patron forever. Any new security guard night shift stories? I don't know. Let me type that. Let me see real quick. I will type in. We'll see. Let's do night shift. I'll check Quora. Over 100 answers. I don't know how good any of these are. Jeez. Oh, okay. We'll do this one. Fuck it. This is like the first one. It looks like it's got almost 4,000 upvotes. And we'll see. Years ago, I was attending Arizona State University. I worked the night shift at a bookstore, Modern World Books. As a college student, it was a great place to work. $25 an hour and flexible hours. I typically worked in the stockroom working on the computer, but one night I had to work the counter for an overnight shift. During one of my rounds, making sure everything was in place, a very large man tried to shove me into the mop closet. I am sure that he had ill intent. When I say large, I mean he was a mountain, like the meat mountain from Arby's. I added that last part, because that's fucking good. I love those things. I was carrying a knife at the time in my right hand, blade flat against my wrist, hidden in a way that the cameras wouldn't see I was carrying it. I instinctively threw up my hands, pushing him away from me. In the moment, I somehow got the knife up to his neck. As soon as he felt the knife against his neck, I had the advantage. I backed him out of the store and told him he was not allowed back into the store. He called the police and said he wanted to file charges against me for assault. The police viewed the store video and told the guy that if he continued and insisted on pressing charges against me, that they would also have to file charges against him for attempted rape. They then said he would most likely not win the case, that I would get off on self-defense, which would then be used in a case against him. I was terrified that I would go to jail for defending myself. I was sure I was going to be fired because I was carrying a knife against store policy. Amazingly, the video did not show the knife in my hand. You could only see this hulk of a man pick me up and throw me into the closet. Then, for what appears to be no reason, him backing away looking scared. It was obscured the entire time by the time I was holding it. Not the most terrifying night I've endured, but it is up there on the list. Edit. Clarification for those commenting. Yes, $25 is a lot in the 90s. It was a lot. That is why I was working there. It was a bookstore, only in name. You can Google it if you want. The store is still there. I don't think they even had any books in that store. And it was, and still is, an adult bookstore. Why? Because it is an adult bookstore. They sold porn. They sold sex toys. They had video booths in the back where you could watch videos in private. I'm just going to end it there. YouTube's already going to be pissed. YouTube's going to be like, no, we're going to age restrict your video. Whoops. What's up, Buffalo Bill? Good to see you, dude. Keep losing the feed, Lord of Shower? That's weird. Hopefully I'm not dropping. Oh, I am dropping. Dropped frames detected. I don't know if the stream's still going then. That's the thing, my internet's fading in and out with the wind, so yeah. Should reconnect when it does get back on. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's dropping frames. Dropped frame detected 23% a minute ago. Damn. How's Thumper? Thumper's good. Big, fat. Clawed the shit out of me at some point last night when we slept. I don't even know if you can see that. Probably not. I'm not going to get up there, but a couple gash marks. He likes to cuddle at night. He'll climb under the blankets with me, and I think I roll over on him sometimes, and then he just claws the shit out of me. I don't know if I roll over on him. I just wake up scratched everywhere, and it hurts. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying it's offline. I think I'm just having some issues with my internet. That's what keeps me from doing a lot of streams right now in this time of year. Anytime the wind blows slightly, I lose internet, so yeah. Trix is good, Lord of Shower, very good. He was actually on the back porch about 3 feet from me earlier today. My wife and I were chilling out there, and he just ran up, and he was about 3 feet away, just chilled there. And then he was gonna run and drink water, but he decided to take a piss. I've never seen a bunny piss, and I still haven't, but my wife saw him. Shannon, you know, you could have put it a different way and I probably would have done it, but the way you're saying it like that, I'm just gonna like, there you go. There you go. What's up, Joshua? Good to see you. Yeah, LV, I think I'm just losing internet off and on type of thing. It's reconnecting, so I'm not really sure. Could be. Could be. That's what I'm assuming. And I even have it hardwired too, so it's definitely my internet. Trix is the rabbit that I saved from the swimming pool. Yeah. That he is. Yeah, no problem, Joshua. Appreciate you commenting on the videos. Oh, I'm still there. You see me in the corner. That's me down there. Right there. I'm still there. I'm just like tiny. I'm real tiny. Real tiny. It's going good, Derek. How you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Deborah's like, we all want to see your handsome face. Don't let Shannon's pervertedness dissuade you. Yeah. It's interesting. Very interesting. We'll just say that. And people say women don't talk like that. Psh, come on. I was raised with women. You shrimping? You shrimping? You got shrimp gumbo, shrimp salad, shrimp tacos. What do I think about Ron Paul? I don't know Ron Paul. Not sure. And under my cat was a note. Huh? I missed the first part of your comment. I just see, and under your cat was a note that says, your end is now. I packed up my things and left. I've been on the move for 2 months now. I'm scared, and I have already contacted the cops. I try not to worry, but do from time to time. That's what I'm going to guess you were going to say. Say your name as smoothly as I can. Just there you go, bro. My wife's just chuckling in the background. She knows I'm a smart ass. That's just how I am. Being scared. Good to see you, dude. I hope you and the fam are having a wonderful Halloween. Glad you made it over here. What are you doing? Oh. Bring it over here. Yeah, bring it over here. You're not on cam, don't worry. Psych, you're on cam. No, I'm just kidding. Can we see your wife face reveal? No. She's like, no. I can barely get her to even narrate a story. Well, she's got braces now, so that's her thing right there. But yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I'm surprised she's even in the same room. Normally when I'm streaming, she's like, hey, I'm going to go chill in the bedroom for a few hours. And I'm like, oh. Oh, because of your coffee? She's like, I'm drinking my coffee. I'll stay out here for that. Skyrunner, no, I'm sorry, I didn't see your comments. I have it really zoomed in, so I see like 4 comments at a time. So sorry, let me scroll up and see if I see it. I'm just looking at my laptop screen, so I had to zoom in a lot so I can read comments. I don't even see... oh, Shrek was raised by gay elephants. Yeah, I did read that, but I didn't acknowledge it. Sorry. I didn't know you wanted to be acknowledged. Chris J says, Happy Halloween, baby. Happy Halloween. Well, he didn't say Happy Halloween, baby, but I added the... You trying to hit on my woman? She says, Happy Halloween. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you, dude. Bro, what the fuck is up with all the girls that are like, hey, being scared, are you handsome like your maker? Your maker, what's the size of your winker? I tell you, some of these women are thirsty, baby. They want me to start doing porn for people to pay extra on Patreon. I haven't even told them about the idea I had years ago that was that hardening clay that we got. Make a replica of my cock and then fill it with Jello and then start smacking people with it. And just say, you just got hit with a replica of my dick. Being scared. If you ever want to be on cam or you're not afraid to, let me know. I want to try to get a collab, but I want to have people doing like a horror skit or even where it's just like they're kind of part of like where it's just like an intertwined horror story even type of thing. I'm thinking a really cool collab like that. I already got at least, I think it was Grimtail. Was it Grimtail, babe? I think it was Grimtail Bros. They said they were down for it. Yeah, it was because it was the bros, so I was assuming there's two people. W. Lawson, thank you so much. 199 Super Chat says money. Thanks, dude. Trick or treat.
You got them sugar buns.
Yeah, sugar buns. Let me get some num sugar buns. Yeah. All right, you guys want a made-up story? Made-up story? I think made-up story. I'm going to turn off my mic for a second. I mean, my fucking cam, not my mic. I'm going to make up a story, but turn off my cam. Give me a second. No, I don't have any of the adult videos. If you're talking like the porn from like fucking a million years ago, no, I didn't have any of that. That was like a fleeting thing I did a long time ago. I never kept any of those. Yeah. Where can you get butt wipes? Dollar Shave Club. I actually just got their cologne. It fucking smells amazing. I didn't even go anywhere today. I just put it on because it smells really good. Real story? No, I was going to make up a story. I mean, we can do a real one if you guys want. I've already done the gay frog story. Take care, being scared. Happy Halloween to you. Thanks so much for dropping in, dude. Much love to you and the fam. Why didn't I save them? Because I don't need them saved. Type of thing. That's weird. Yeah, Skyrunner. I had a story that I made up about gay frogs. They're turning the frogs gay. I did a whole two-part series on it. For patrons only. Is there smoke all up in here? No, okay. I turned the cam back on. I was like, I wonder if there's just smoke everywhere. And everyone, that'd be funny. All right, let's make up a story. Topics. Give me topics, people. Yeah. Like the Batman. I'll wait a second for the delay to kick in so I can start getting some topics, and then we'll make up a story. I'll choose like 2 or 3 topics or something like that, and I'll try to just intertwine them. Butt wipes. All right, there's a good one. I'll bring that into the story. Butt wipes. Got to keep them num sugar buns clean, you know what I'm saying? Gas station. All right. Clown sharks. All right, first 3. First 3. Going with those ones. They were the first 3. So, butt wipes, gas station, clown sharks. The fuck is a clown shark? Okay. 1 sec. Let me put this out. Turn my cam back on. Just smoke coming in my face. God. Okay. That fucking smoke is obnoxious, but okay. Gas station butt wipes and clown sharks. Trying to get myself a little basis of how I want to start this. Okay. I'm a 32-year-old diver. And I like to go diving because that's what divers do. We dive. And we dive deep. Very deep. One day on my way out to the ocean, I realized that it was Halloween Eve. And I thought to myself, I haven't dressed up in a very long time. So I stopped by the Halloween store, got myself a clown mask, and a little honky nose with a flower that shoots water. Even though I knew where I was at, the water coming out of the flower wouldn't do anything because I would be underwater, submerged in water. I read chat and got my mind distracted. That's what happens when you check your YouTube comments in the Halloween store getting a clown mask. I kept going on my way down to the beach, and then I realized I had no gas in my vehicle, so I stopped at a gas station. I walked inside and it looked very familiar. You ever seen that YouTube channel, Gas Station Encounters? Turns out it was that store. I recognized the guy, so I gave him the thief stare. I looked up at the counter while I was itching my balls because thieves are very itchy. And then I went and stole some wet wipes. But that wasn't what I was looking for, but I stole them anyways. I got the gas I needed and started off back towards the ocean. Get bigger and twerk. Y'all are weird. I got to the ocean, got in my dive gear, and then I put on my clown outfit. I was diving for about 30 minutes, about 2 miles off the shore, looking for some abalone, maybe some sea urchin. Had the fishing poles in the water, catch me some lingcod, maybe some salmon. Fucking salmon, you know what I'm talking about? Smoke that shit, it's real. Salmon. So I'm down there, and out of the depths, I see a shark approaching me. I learned at an early age how to get sharks to get away from you. And that's to give them a clown mask. So that's what I did. I removed my clown mask, and as soon as the shark opened its mouth, I put it on the lower jaw of the shark.
Let me get some num
Sugar buns. Appreciate you, Thomas Fries. If I could make sure to check your stools for razor blades. Will do. So the clown mask went on the bottom of the shark jaw. And it turned into a clown shark. And it swam away, happy. But I kept that fucking flower that shoots the water out even though it didn't do shit because I was underwater. Submerged. Diving deep. Really deep. I exited the water after about 2 more hours of diving. I decided to go home and I realized all they had at the gas station was wet wipes. And I really wanted some butt wipes. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to dollarshaveclub.com/your-maker. I'm going to get me a $5 starter pack. But I'm also going to add on some butt wipes. And that's what I did. But I didn't wipe my butt with them. I wiped my face. The end. That's pretty much how I make up my stories. Except normally no one gives me topics to stick to. I just say whatever the fuck comes out of my head. I was going to make up a story for the last video, but I got busy, so I didn't. That story was going to be about a kid who was like Batman. Who the fuck is texting me? It was a kid who was going to be like Batman, but he had parents, and he realizes that Batman's not a superhero. Because I wanted to throw that in to piss people off that think Batman's a superhero, because he's not. I'm sorry. I'm not big into superheroes or any of that, but he's not one anyways. So, even if I was into superheroes, it wouldn't be Batman. He's just a hero. Just a hero with money. Yeah, Alexa, you're like you're tame compared to some of the ladies that are on here. Very forward, very. Patent that. Man, it sucks because I had a couple videos that got deleted, and there was one story. I made up a story about a sausage festival. Funniest shit ever. I don't know why the fuck that came into my head, but the gist of the story is this dude went to a sausage festival. Like, you got chili cook-offs and all that shit. He went to a sausage festival. And then all the people start coming up to him and wanted him to try their sausage. And then they told him to close his eyes and open his mouth. And he did. And they all just started lightly smacking him in the face with sausages, and the juice was splattering in all over his face. Yeah, I come up with some really interesting stories, but believe it or not, that's one of the videos that got randomly deleted. And I don't even remember what the video was itself, so I'm not getting that one back, I don't think. Golden Child says, you make my day go by with all these stories. I've listened to others, but I guess your tone sounds clearly. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Golden Child. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Skyrunner says, are the large majority of the people in this chat women? Yeah. I mean, we got dudes up in here for sure, but I think recently a lot of my viewers are female. Like, it's weird because my channel started and it was like all dudes. And then, like, as time went, it became like a 50-50 viewership. I think right now I'm right around there too. Yeah, but not all of them are thirsty. But I do always find it funny because you always hear about how dudes talk real crazy to girls, and they're like, girls don't do that to guys. Really? Fucking really? Really? I beg to differ. Personally, I really don't care. I'll just ignore it. I just like to give people a hard time. Giggity. Hard time. Fucking Lord of Shower. Bro, I thought you left a while ago and just didn't say goodbye. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, sugar bun. Let me get them num sugar buns. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween back to you, dude.
Sugar buns.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt that.
Sugar buns.
Yeah. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. I'm glad you made the stream, and I hope everything's well with you and the fam. I really do appreciate you, man. Sukma is still my I fucking forgot about that, dude. Sukma balls. Oh my god, that was around that time of that whole Ligma thing, and I was like, well, I don't want to do Ligma because who the fuck keeps texting me? Joshua, I don't give people mod when they ask. In fact, I'm very stingy with my mod status. Most of the people that I have mods, they've been on my channel for 4 years, 3-4 years, and I've seen them at like every live stream, in all my videos, that kind of thing. So yeah. But you can be a friend. Yeah, it was funny as shit. So I'm in this tiny little meme group that my ex-stepbrother started, and I shared one of my videos that 5 disturbing way bodies were discovered. I shared that over there as well. I was like, just something special for you. And someone's like, if that's really you, I've followed you for years. And I asked him, I was like, what channel you think it is, or your maker? I was like, well, shit, small world. Nice to meet you. So yeah, it was really cool to meet just a random subscriber from the same area I'm from who knows my ex-stepbrother. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. That's the night shift one. What's another topic that we should do? Lord of Shower, you got a topic you want to hear, bro? Lord of Shower. Lord of Shower. What you want to hear, man? I got you. What's UTTP? I don't even know what that is. Am I going to make any longer videos, like 10 plus stories? I know I did like a 9 story video. I was like, fuck, I should add one more. And I was like, no. Because if you notice, a lot of my videos are like that. I choose the most random numbers. I don't want to like have it 15, 10, 20, because then it gets mixed up with like these top 10 countdowns and shit like that. So I'm like, I'll have 9 stories and I will have 17 stories and 12 stories, but it's almost never like 10 or something. So at least this one was decently long. I focused more on trying to get stories that I didn't think anyone had heard from my most recent video, because I know a lot of people get their stories from Reddit and they get read it. a whole bunch of times, so I wanted to find something that was a bit more isolated, I guess. Thank you so much, Banula TV, and my fucking screen disappeared, so I don't know what your message said. There we go. Happy Halloween. Thank you so much. Why the fuck is my screen disappearing? Thank you, and happy Halloween. I really do appreciate what you're bringing in them sugar bones. Skyrunner says, YouTube troll police and their trouble. Dude, I'm such a fucking troll. I get people so worked up in YouTube comments. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I am a troll. I just love to fuck with people. I don't know why. Fun fact, before I even became a scary story channel, I pissed off Rob Dyke, son. He doesn't even know about this either. I never fucking mentioned it. I was like, nope. I don't remember what I said. But I got him mad, boy. I'll tell you what. He made a post on one of his social media accounts, called me out by my full name, everything. He's like, motherfucker, blah, 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 and went off. It was so fucking hilarious. I felt like I won. I don't know why, but I felt like I won. Don't tell him. Shh. I don't even think he'd remember. That was so fucking long ago. That was like when he did horror before he switched to comedy, before he went back to horror. Like, I've been watching him for fucking ever, dude. Forever. But I'm a dick. I'm a fucking dick. And I'm a troll. That's why even that person that I found in that meme group last night, I'm like, hey, I added him to my friends list. I was like, just so you know, just ignore some of my posts. I do it to just work people up because everyone's so uptight nowadays. So am I going to be uploading soon? I just uploaded a video like 3 or 4 hours ago, actually. So if you missed that, there's a new video already out for you. You can go check that out if you want to leave here. Go do all that good stuff. He's Gavigan now. He'll always be Rob Dyke in my heart. He'll get mad if you call him Rob Dyke? Oh shit, well in that collab video I wrote Rob Dyke. I tried to put it where it did that slash through it. I had heard if you do a dash on one side and a dash on the other, it'll cross out the word in between. Didn't work. But I just had to put Dyke Gavigan because back then he was Dyke. That sounds so fucking funny. Back then he was Rob Dyke. So that's what it said in the video, so I wanted to make sure people knew. Yeah. What's up, Will Scott? Hope you're having a happy Halloween. Welcome to the stream. I'm a fucking rapper. Hell yeah. Did you tell me a topic, Lord of Shower? I'm gonna go back and look. Zombie pumpkin candy corn witches from hell. What the fuck? I assume you want me to make one up? I was gonna read a real story, but if you want a story... Babe, can you bring me my phone? That has been going off like fucking crazy. I don't know who it is. Zombie pumpkin candy corn witches from hell. What the fuck kind of topic is that? My god, it just got worse. What does that mean? Okay. Zombie pumpkin candy corn witches from hell. How in the fuck am I gonna make that a story? Is that what you really wanted, or did you like? If you want that, I'll fucking read one. But I don't get it. All right. Have I thought about narrating true crime? I have. Yeah, that's been something I've debated on. I'm sure you noticed with my 911 series, it's kind of been testing the waters to see how people react, because it's a bit different than just the stories that you do. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in that for sure. All right, where the fuck is that one? I gotta find that comment again because it was such a random ass name. Did I pass it? Yes, that is what you wanted. Fuck me, man. All right, let me go find that. Zombie candy corn witches something. That's so funny, dude. Where the fuck is the comment? Zombie pumpkin candy corn witches from hell. This takes place in Halloween of 2002. I was 12 years old, 265 days, and 12 hours and 22 minutes old at the time. My wife's just walking by looking miserable. You're just like so sad. I wasn't sure if it was like your braces that hurt. Right? Okay. I decided to go fucking trick-or-treating in the rich area because they gave me good candy. I hated the trailer parks. Normally I got razor blades and shit. And that works good when you're cutting up cocaine, but it doesn't work when you're a 12-year-old, 252 day, 12 hours and now 57-minute old person. I don't remember the fucking age. So I went out about my way. I'd say it was about 3 hours into trick-or-treating when I started hearing a cackling in the woods. I wondered what the hell it was. I decided to get my cell phone and turn on the light. Oh wait, it's 2002. Did they have cell phones with lights back in 2002, babe? That was like... when I joined the army in 05, and that was still brick phone era. And then 08 was like razors. I didn't have a fucking flashlight on my cell phone because I didn't have a cell phone. Because I was only 12 years, 252 days, 12 hours old. So, I lit my way with a glow stick. I got to the wood line and I saw what looked like a lady dressed as a witch. I asked her what the hell she was doing and she said, Hey little boy, how about you come in here in the woods with me? Yeah, you wanna come get my candy corn pumpkin? Yeah. I said, what the fuck, lady? Hell yeah, you don't gotta ask me twice. You said candy, I'm there. Shit, I'm almost 13. Candy. So this witch, she starts giving me the sign to come over to her. Come here, little boy. Yeah, I will let you tickle my candy corn really good. As I got closer, I realized she was a zombie witch who looked like she was from hell. But she had candy corn. So I decided to follow her anyways. Oh yeah, little boy, you're gonna love my candy corn. It's so goddamn good. Yeah. I was excited. My anticipation was growing. I dropped the candy I had with me just to keep up with this old zombie witch. We made it back to her camp in the woods, and there was a nice fire in the middle. She asked me to sit by, and she told me that she would go get the candy corn. She comes back with a cauldron, puts it on the fire. There's water in it and it starts boiling. She says that she's gonna make us some fresh candy corn. I'm gonna make that real good fresh candy corn, little boy. How about you sit there real good? You're gonna let my candies in your mouth. I sat there with her, and we talked about being a zombie, being from hell, and being a witch. She said there was a common misconception that witches rode brooms. She said they just like to shove them in their rectum. They don't like to ride them. The fuck, dude? 20 minutes goes by. The cauldron starts getting to a mild boil. Oh, yeah, boy. Here, help me out. Let's get this candy corn ready to give me. Come here. I stepped closer to her. She grabbed me and picked me up and threw me in the cauldron. Before I could even react, she was slamming a lid on it. And I was stuck, screaming and drowning at the same time. All the while outside I heard her cackling. Oh, candy corn boy, you stupidest motherfucker! That's when I knew I would spend all eternity in hell with this zombie candy corn pumpkin witch. Fuck, I forgot the pumpkin. The cauldron looked like a fucking pumpkin. The end. There you go, Lord of Shower. Just for you, bro. I appreciate you. I thought you were going to give me a topic to read. You're like, no. Fucking most random ass topic ever. Appreciate you, man. That witch is slowly turning into Herbert the pervert. Yeah, she is. So for those people that just might have come in, they're like, what the fuck's going on? You sound like the old man from Family Guy. Come here, little boy. What is it? Come here. Oh, I haven't watched Family Guy in forever. Come here, little boy. Let me touch that. Jesus fucking Christ. Bro, my sister's watching. What's up, sis? I love you. Yeah. That was just a fucking story, you know? Don't judge me. It's just one I made up. Fucking corpse husband. There's my boy. Oh my god. Look at Corpse. Everyone, if I'm sure you're all fucking subscribed to Corpse. Subscribe to Corpse if you're not. I know you already are. What's up, dude? Yeah, you heard that too. Yeah. My fucking stories are stupid as shit, man. Good to see you, dude. I hope you're having a happy Halloween. I hope you're feeling better as well. I was gonna send you a message again on Twitter, but I fucking got busy. That's just, it's so funny. I got so many people. They all come out of the woodworks after my witch story. Yeah. So yeah, thanks Lord of Shower for that. I'm sure everyone else thanks you as well. Very Halloween-esque ending. Death. That's how every story should end. Death. Because we're all gonna die. Everybody. Would I be interested in a story about how I have multiple personalities, like drawing and stuff? I'm down to read it. I'm not sure exactly I understand what you're saying with the drawing and stuff, but yeah, I've always found that intriguing. Oh, are you the guy that tells stories? Me? Yes. Corpse? Yes. Corpse is like a god. He's like a god with his powerful voice. He says, I am Corpse husband. Running, and I want your deep shaft in my mysterious cavern. That shit was funny as fuck, dude. I am debating on chopping up a video of yours and making you say some stupid ass shit. I'm thinking that'd be a cool April Fool's joke, dude. I'll let you know. I always give you a heads up whenever I'm doing something like that. So, but yeah, I don't know if you ever saw the blasphemous one, but yeah, you'll be in for a treat if I do decide to do it. Shut up, baby. Stop. Oh man, been going through some health issues for sure. He's been updating everyone on Twitter, so if you don't follow him on Twitter, I always get asked what's going on. It's like, follow him on Twitter. He's giving updates there, bruh. Story with a cat in it. I can make a story with a cat in it. Hey, fat boy. Fat boy. Hey, boy, get on out here, boy. Thumper. Come here, Thump. Call him like a fucking dog. Thumper. Come here, Thump. Boy. What do I do that gets him out here? He usually comes out when I record, but normally I'm in the closet. But today I came out of the closet. So, yeah, I'll do a cat story. I was hoping he'd come on out here. That'd be cool. Have him. I know a lot of people want to see him and Tigger as well. Fuck, I can just go grab him real quick. Be right back. I'll grab him. Jump it, boy. Yeah, push start on your coffee. You should still be able to hear me over it. Okay. Motherfucker fat boy. Pick him up so you can see his beastliness. Beast. This motherfucker right here. This motherfucker. Oh shit, I almost missed the chair thump. That would have been fun. We could have went through the glass window together. You would have been a wild kitty. Alright. This is a story about me and my cat. Takes place 2 hours ago. Can you see him? Can I move my chair up anymore? No. Motherfucking cat boy. Just put him on the table. Knock the whole table over. He's so fucking fat. This happened 2 hours ago. I decided to take my cat for a walk because he hadn't been outside in forever and he's fat as fuck, as you just saw. Real big, real big. So I was out taking him for a walk and a coyote ran up. I said, hey, yo, coyote, get on out here, boy. I got more there than no kitty cat. Coyote didn't give a fuck because it's a coyote. But then my cat let out a ferocious meow. Duppy, this is your spot, bro. Meow. He meowed so loud you couldn't even hear it. That's when the coyote stopped, got on his hind legs, and said, "Holy shit, man. That is a manly kitty cat. I want to learn from him." I was perplexed as to how a coyote was talking. But my cat, he looked like a badass. He said, "Meow." That made the coyote cry. Coyote starts crying. I run up to the coyote to try to comfort it, and I forget all about my goddamn cat on a leash. You're not getting down till you meow, boy. They need to hear that ferocious meow. He wants down. I gotta let him down. He's fat as fuck, and he has asthma, so he'll go into an asthma attack. But he's gonna go in the window now. Where's Tigger? So realize my cat, it's so bright they can't see shit anyways. Yeah, no, it's so bright you can't see shit. So my cat starts running off. I call out to him, "Thumper, come back." He says, "Meow." Doesn't come back. By now the coyote's regained his composure. And he says to me, "I'm gonna fucking eat that kitty cat now real good. I'm gonna eat him all day." I turn back around. Thumper's running back. And he got with him a real stallion. And this motherfucker was shedding like crazy. You could see the hair wafting off of him as he ran full speed with Thumper, majestic as fuck, towards me and the coyote. Coyote pauses and says, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "That's Tigger. He's a fucking cat." I'm such a fucking idiot, but I look back at the coyote and all I see is a cloud of dust. He's running, scared like a little bitch. Because that's what coyotes are, they're fucking little bitches. The end. There we go. Yeah, I drop a lot of frames right now. It's my internet. With the season we have right now, it's sunny outside, but it's really windy. And for some reason, the internet likes to cut out with the wind. So, yeah. 'Tis life. Oh, Bossy Boots, thank you so much. A heart right back at you, little heart. That's probably like the most potato-looking heart ever, but that's a little heart right back at you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a happy Halloween. I'm glad you made the stream.
Them sugar buns. Let me get some num sugar buns.
He clicked the mouse to kill it so we wouldn't see Tig. Yeah, I turned it off so my wife wouldn't be on cam. She was handing me the cat. And her own camera's a no. She don't like it. I heard Thumper meow, but I don't think it was loud enough. It was like one of those little pitiful meow type of thing. Oh, the red one. Yeah, that's a little Tigger. He's a cuddle bug too. He's actually older than Thumper. I guess when Thumper was a kitten, he tried to eat Thumper too. He put his whole head in his mouth. Oh, he made Thumper have his first poop because Thumper was so scared he was getting eaten alive. What's up, Chef? Or Chef? I say Chef. What's up, Chef? Glad you made it, dude. Thanks again, Bossy Boots. I do appreciate you. Thank you. Skyrunner said, "That manly kitty cat just had diarrhea on my car." Yeah. What's up, Edith? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, my cat Thumper is the one that you'll hear in a lot of the videos when I make up stories. He always likes to walk in and just start meowing randomly. He was the one that was in the gay frog story, actually. He was the mountain lion that came up to me because he was just sitting there meowing and I told him to leave. And he just kept licking me. So he made his way into the video. But he's been in a lot of stories. Tigger, not so much. He more or less just sits in my chair. The one I'm in right here. I have to kick him out. Are the stories true? The ones I just told? No. Like, I just made those up off the top of my head. I've never heard a coyote talk. My wife's like she's about to say, yeah, there was this one time a fucking coyote was talking.
I was thinking a cartoon.
Well, of course you were thinking a cartoon, dork. I've never heard a coyote talk. You hear those ones where they're... No, we hear the fucking ones killing every night. Yeah, we live in the desert, so we actually have coyotes all around here. That's why I brought that in here. And you'll hear them all night going after and attacking all the animals. Even when people leave their dogs out. Mike Jones is like, your maker upload more. Man, I uploaded a few hours. I uploaded something yesterday. I uploaded something the day before. Calm down, son. Yeah, I do want to try to get more done, but calm down, son. You're Mike Jones, bitch. Can you please acknowledge my comment? Skyrunner, was it another weird one? I used my butt wipes after having diarrhea on the floor. Okay, there. Are you happy? Yeah, they make pretty creepy sounds. There was one probably 15, 20 feet from me when I came out of the store the other day. And it started barking. I was like, is that a fucking dog? And then it started howling. I was like, no, that's not a dog. Jaded and Empty says, I was once followed by a coyote when I went for a walk in the desert town near in the town my grandpa lived in. They're a lot bigger than they look in pictures. Yeah, they can be. We were doing training in the military, and it was in the Mojave Desert, not too far from where I'm at here, and we all had our NVGs on. It was probably like 2 in the morning, something like that. And you get out of your tent for your shift, and it's pitch black, you don't see anything, and then as soon as you turn your NVGs, your night vision goggles, you turn your night vision goggles on, you only got one that comes down from your Kevlar down. As soon as you turn it on, just coyotes, and I don't know if they were wolves or not. I really don't think we have wolves right around here, but they were big motherfuckers, and they were everywhere. And you don't have live rounds at the time. You have blanks loaded, so I mean, if worse comes to worse, you pop a couple blanks off, then deal with your commander and first sergeant, but at least you wouldn't be dead. Yeah, they're big as shit. Jaded says, right, I thought it was a big dog at first until I looked more closely. Yeah, they do look a lot like dogs. What's up, Trent Lindsay? Good to see you. All right, let's get a real story. I actually read that story. Graphic material. Okay. Let's check it out. This happened to me about 1.5 years ago. For a little background, I had a regular night shift in my office. During my shift, there used to be nobody in my office. I worked on the first floor, and even the watchman used to sit on the ground floor. My working area was huge and soundproof, so in case of emergency, even shouting wouldn't help. To top it off, the lights had motion sensors. If you are not in the vicinity of the light bulb, it'll switch off automatically. Thank you so much, Chibana. I'm sorry I butchered that. Thanks so much. Happy Halloween back to you. I appreciate you dropping in. Hope you're enjoying the stories, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So only 2 or 3 bulbs near me would be switched on, and the remaining whole area would be engulfed in darkness. Now back to that scary night. I was working on an impromptu issue and was fully engrossed in it. Suddenly I started hearing loud sounds coming from within the walls. Something was running inside the walls. Whenever I went to that spot, the noise stopped. I tried doing light punches on the wall just to see if anything or anyone is there. I went back to the seat again, and the noise started again. I ignored the noise this time and continued working. After a few minutes, a bulb switched on nearby. I was confused as I didn't go near it, and it's supposed to switch on by motion sensor. Thinking that there must have been a problem with it, I ignored it. After a few minutes, 2 or 3 more bulbs switched on, and I started hearing the noises in the wall again. This really freaked me out. Then suddenly, from the side of my partition, I started hearing loud squealing sounds. I decided I have to go see what's going on, even though I was very scared. I got up and went to the area. What I saw both horrified me and grossed me out. On the floor, there was the cover of a sweet box. On top of it, there was a huge rat. Tekashi 6ix9ine? Another huge rat was standing just next to it. Tekashi 6ix9ine has a twin? It appeared that the second rat was trying to wake up the first rat that seemed like he was almost about to die. You know what they say about snitches, right? It was moving just a little bit every few moments and making loud squeaking sounds as if it was in huge pain. Then I thought that this was not what it seems. I changed my angle and I couldn't believe what I saw. The other rat was eating the almost dead rat while it was still alive. I never thought there existed vampire rats, whatever the term for rats might be. I took out my mobile phone and snapped a picture. The vampire rat changed its angle when I clicked. And there's a picture right there too. I can't show it because my software's garbage, but there's a picture. And it's a rat eating another rat. Yes. Then I ran to call the watchman. But to my surprise, there was a woman there instead. So I asked her if she can call some cleaning guy to do anything about it. When she came and saw the scene, she too was scared and told me there's no cleaning guy on duty today. I then knew I'll have to do something about it myself. I shooed away the vampire rat, picked up the dead rat and dumped it in the dustbin. Took a coffee break, gave 1 cup of coffee to the watchwoman since she was very much horrified, and then went back to my pending work after getting both scared and grossed out. Now that was the scariest thing to happen to me on my night shift. Thanks all, folks. Oh, that's all, folks. Why does that thing? I thought they put thanks. No, they did do the that's all. That's all, folks. But there is a picture of that rat. I'm looking at it right now. Looking at it right now. Pretty gnarly. And yes, they do that kind of shit. I woke up one time. We had hamsters in my room when I was a kid. And I woke up and one hamster was inside the other hamster's mouth, ripping its guts out. And then, obviously, that one was dead. And the next night, the other one died because it got cold. Because it ate its cuddle buddy. Karma's a bitch. Don't show it. I'm not going to show it. I can't show it anyways. I have issues right now with my programs. So, yeah. Bossy Boots says, you're welcome. I'm a fairly new listener, but I've been watched all your videos, and you're my absolute favorite. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Lorelai says, North Carolina here, standing in the rain, waiting to get inside a kid's Halloween event. That sucks. It's always seemed like it's rainy and cold on Halloween. Hopefully you don't have to wait too long. I'm glad I can help occupy the time. I'd be worried about getting my phone wet. Mike Jones says, would you narrate my story if I sent it? I can't promise that. I don't know what the story is. So I can read it, definitely, but not necessarily on the channel. But definitely down for a nice submission. What's up, Rosie and Raina? Hope you're having a happy Halloween. Trent says Bigfoot isn't even out. Anna says, hi from South Dakota. Hello, South Dakota. Hello from the Arizona desert. Oscar says, loving the live ear maker. Well, I'm glad. The other option would be dead ear maker. Shit. I appreciate you dropping in for the stream. I hope you're having a happy Halloween. Sarah asks, hello, ear maker. Was wondering on your location. Heard you say something about the Mojave Desert, and I also live nearby. Also love your channel and keep up the great work. Hi. Yeah, I live in Lake Havasu. Yep. Ginger, good to see you. It's been a while, yeah. Says you missed the last 5 or so live streams. I know, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Hope you're having a happy Halloween. What's up, George Murphy? Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're having a wonderful Halloween. Are the stories I tell true? Unless I put like creepypasta or something like that, all the stories are claimed true. I don't know. I wasn't there. Some of them do get verified in different ways, but I just put in the description they're all claimed as true because they're all claimed as true. So Yeah, unless I write creepypasta in there, then it's true. Yeah. My 911 calls, all those are real. I can at least confirm those. But a lot of the stories, I mean, it's like you telling me something happened in your life. I don't know that for sure. I wasn't there, so it's just claimed true. But yes. Anna says, I did nothing for Halloween because I'm broke. Lol. But some kids knocked on my apartment door, and I'm too broke to even have candy. I felt so bad. One was dressed up as Foxy from FNAF. What is FNAF? I don't know what that is. Those poor little kids. Did you have your porch lights off and everything? I know that's supposed to be like a universal signal. Maybe just put a sign on your door that says, go away, you little hellions. I don't celebrate this devil-worshipping holiday. You know. I'm glad you at least were able to join us. I don't go out on Halloween either. Actually, I don't even think I've left the house today. I was going to leave the house today, but I slept like shit. So my wife just took herself to her orthodontist appointment. And then brought me sushi on the way home like a good sugar buns. And some energy drinks. Fuck, I forgot about these. Bang. How long have we been live? An hour and 11 minutes. Nice. Time's been flying by. 5 Nights at Freddy. Okay, yeah, I've never played that. I should have known that, though. I've heard about it so much. I know it was a really popular scary game, but I don't know. It's hard for me to get into scary games because they're not really that scary. I think that's my issue with a lot of horror movies now, too, is they don't seem that scary. I keep falling asleep through like all the horror movies I watch. My wife and I went on a horror movie binge the other night. We watched It Number 2 and a whole bunch of other ones. I don't know what the fuck they were. Just random ones. Amelia says, just as I was going to bed, I see your maker live stream. I'm going to be sleepy at work tomorrow. Hey, you can save the URL and you'll be able to watch it later, but you won't be able to interact. I'm glad you made it, but don't get yourself all tired for work. Seems like work days go slow as shit when you're tired. Scott Light says, I'm in Germany. We do not celebrate Halloween that much. Oh, that's sad. But then again, you don't really miss what you don't have, or you never had. Satan! Hello, my friend. Welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and put on a story that you guys might have heard. It's an older video. I'm not going to choose like a fucking really old one. I was listening to some. I have like over 55 hours of content that's unlisted on the channel. And I have all of the MP3s saved. And I know it's 55 hours because I was curious the other night and I just highlighted them all and I was like, how much time is here? 55 hours of content. It's fucking crazy. But a lot of them are old as shit. Like within my first year of narrating, so they sound fucking horrible. But I'm going to put this on real quick so I can take care of something. And I'll be right back. Which one? I want to find one that's this one, I guess. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Let me see if I can make sure it's not going to blow your fucking
I was
ears out.
21 and recently became a police officer. And was also recently dumped. So my friend suggested Tinder. As a 21-year-old and a new cop, I had the I'm invincible and I can take on anyone mentality. I matched with a very good-looking out-of-my-league female. We chatted and eventually set up a date to meet. She said she had a great open field to look at the stars and hang out, and we could meet up at her house. So the night came. I was excited and she seemed to be excited when I picked her up. She guided me to the field and it looked nice. Open space, woods, deer and other wildlife. In the field I noticed some really dim headlights in the distance. Then the van started driving towards us and pulled up right in front of us, almost close enough to block me from going forward. I told her to stay in the car and I'll go say hi. I grabbed my flashlight I had in the car and walked up. In the front driver's side of the van there was a decently sized man. I asked him what was going on and if he could back up his car a little bit. He was very polite. Said he was the owner of the property and he didn't mean to scare us. He told me he's been having trouble with poachers on his property and just wanted to make sure we weren't going to shoot at anything. I assured him that we came to look at the stars and the wildlife. He was perfectly okay with that, told me to have a nice date and drove away. After that, the girl was texting non-stop. Around an hour later, I saw headlights coming towards us again, this time at a really fast pace. I hopped in the car and I moved it into a defensive position. She hopped out of the car at that point and ran towards the guy. I immediately knew I was fucked. I got out and gave them commands to back up and get on the ground. Neither of them complied, obviously. He then proceeded to charge at me and knock me on the ground. Luckily, I was able to get him on his back and get up. I saw my date grab a metal pipe from the van. She told me they had a gun and to give them my money and my truck, and I won't get hurt. Of course, with my I'm invincible mentality, I said no. She started to cry and saying they didn't want to hurt me. He then started going back towards his car. At that point, I told them I was a cop, drew my concealed firearm and told them to lay on the ground. After a moment of shock from all of us, they complied. I was able to call 911, tell them my name and badge number and that I had two at gunpoint and needed backup immediately. I gave our dispatcher the best directions I could to this field. While on the phone, they fled. Again, stupid new cop young guy mentality. I chased them. I took off after the man who ran into the woods around the field. I chased him for maybe 30 seconds and heard 3 loud pops and saw a muzzle flash. My invincible mentality went right out the window. I ran like hell back towards my car and peeled the hell out of there. I went back to the area I picked her up in, called dispatch again and had officers come to that location. Of course they were both completely understanding and didn't give me shit about it at all. The most used words were dumbass and stupid fucking rookie. I hopped in their car and went towards the field. Luckily the van was still there. I was told to shut my mouth and only come out if they were getting shot at. They cleared the area and started looking in the van. They found meth right on the center console and searched the car. What scared me the most was when my field training officer and sergeant came back with the patrol car, let me out and told me to come look in the back of the van. Both of them were pale, looking horrified. I went to the back of the van, where there were several knives, duct tape, lighter fluid and a decent amount of rifle ammunition, handcuffs, and what looked to be dried blood. In the front passenger side seat we found an AR-15 style rifle and 2 more handguns. We called for immediate backup and detectives. When they investigated the blood, it turned out it wasn't blood. The plates had been stolen, and the van was reported as stolen. I still get shit about the whole encounter, but luckily no one got hurt. I will never use online dating again. Ever. It seems that lately I've been going through a weird phase in my life. Between some major shifts in my family's dynamics, I've also found myself in dangerous situations that I had never experienced previously. I live with a roommate in the old part of Lisbon. When this happened, my roommate was enjoying vacations in Algarve, meaning I was completely alone. My sister used to live with me, but she moved cities, so I transformed her bedroom into a living room, which is where I spend most of my time when I'm home. Our neighborhood is pretty peaceful. Some of the neighbors are a bit weird and temperamental, but they're also good people who will pick up your mail and keep it safe for you. Still, it isn't uncommon to hear them having heated arguments until dawn. Last Friday was one of those nights. I got home around 1 a.m. after some drinks with my friends. The house was pretty warm, so I opened up my main window right next to the couch. I feel pretty energized and decided not to go to bed and watch some movies while my neighbors shouted bloody murder at each other. I also watch movies wearing earphones, but I had forgotten them at work on that day, so I had to content myself with struggling to hear what the characters were saying through the entire movie. Thank God I forgot them. For a while now, between the movie and my neighbors bickering, I could also hear someone, somewhere beneath my house, whispering. I couldn't understand what was being said, but I realized they were at least two guys. I live on the first floor, and reasoned that these guys were beneath my window. I didn't think much of it. The area where I live is smack dab in the middle of 3 main nightlife areas, so drunk people hanging there till late is also pretty common. I also considered that these two could be somehow related to my neighbors. Maybe their bickering drove them into the street and they were whispering because they didn't want to wake up the other neighbors. All in all, it seemed like a completely normal night for my neighborhood. But my gut was telling me I should be alert. I tried to rationalize why I was feeling so anxious, but only one question kept popping up in my mind. Why are these two guys beneath my window? There are many places where you can sit and talk to a drunk friend in the street. But beneath my window there was just a door. No step where you could sit. Nothing. Just a dirt road and a door. That was weirding me out, but I rationalized that they had been there a while, so there was probably no danger. I heard a loud metallic noise. I nearly jumped off of my couch, all the time telling myself that I'm being paranoid. I figured something had happened. I looked outside my window without getting too close to it. I see nothing. I think about trying my roommate's window to inspect the street and begin moving in that direction. On the corner of my field of vision, a hand suddenly appears at the bottom of my porch. Then another. I look at this scene, trying to process what I'm seeing. In a flash, my head is flooded with questions and time seems to be moving really slow. What is he doing? Is he trying to balance himself on my porch? How did he get so high up here? What does he want? What I was feeling wasn't outright fear, just massive confusion, the type that precedes fear. It felt like my brain was melting inside my skull. His hands are laboriously working my porch as he tries to climb high enough to get his foot on it. I realize he hadn't seen me yet. He speaks to his colleague.
Push now. Push now.
Those words snapped me back to reality. This guy was really trying to break in. I sprint to the window, each step hitting the wood floor like thunder. This alerted them to my presence. In a flash, I am on my porch, my fist high in the air ready to knock this guy down. But before I get the chance, he lets go and falls to the ground on his 2 feet. Both of them sprint up the street while looking back to see if I'm coming too. My face is locked in a furious glare. But honestly, the reality of the situation is starting to crash on me, and all of my energy seems to suddenly vanish. I sit back on my couch. My legs are shaking wildly. I phone a friend, but my words struggle to come out. I begin trying to make sense of it all. Only then did I realize something that chilled me to the bone. My lights were on. The window was open, and I had been walking around a lot in the living room to grab snacks and other stuff. These guys knew someone was home, and they still tried to break in. I haven't been sleeping right since that night. I keep trying to figure out what was their goal. What if my sister still lived here? I think what shocked me the most was having a place you used to consider safe suddenly being violated, and all your sense of security is gone. Now I only feel safe by the window whenever I'm smoking, because I can see who's walking up and down the street. I really just want to feel safe in my home again.
You will never feel safe in your home again. None of you. Yeah, this mask is pretty cool. My wife got it from her skateboarding. Go around like this. Look, I dressed up for Halloween. God, that feels so fucking weird. It's like in my mouth. I'm sure you guys can hear it's like folding in my mouth. Take that off. At least the stretcher's real nice. What's up, everybody that just came to the stream? Happy Halloween. See if there was anything I might have missed. I couldn't fucking see thing when that was covering my eye. Well, I could kind of, but yeah. Mike Jones, I think it was you that was asking. The email address to submit a story is yourmaker6260@gmail.com. You can find it in my about page or in the description of all of my videos. Yes. What's up, Satan? I know I said hello, but now I'll say hello again. Miss Bellatrix says, I've got the same mask. Yeah, my wife has another one too. She got 2 of them because during this time it's really fucking cold. So if I want to go ride my skateboard or something like that, tears start streaming down your face and everything. So you need something. So I got this Under Armour shirt. I got an Under Armour coat, long john. Like I got the whole get up so I can go out and skateboard when it's cold as shit. Yeah, I think they work out pretty nice. Lorelai's low says, you know what I am for Halloween? Exhausted. I feel you. I'm so tired. I've been sleeping like shit. Yeah, Mike, I'm always looking for some UFO stories. Those have been highly intriguing to me. And not only that, the fact that the US government has confirmed that there's UFOs over them there seas. It always piques my interest a little bit more. Especially with the footage they have. The tic-tac. And then with the like square and a globe thing, whatever the fuck that's on the East Coast. Yeah, it's pretty cool that the government actually finally confirmed it. Just imagine if there's little tiny aliens in those things. Like little aliens. Because it could be. You see Men in Black? Shit. How old am I? I'm 32. 32. Oh, I'll be 33 in a few months now. Damn. Clayton says, break-ins are precisely why I keep a loaded 9mm by my computer and other pistols in my bedroom. Smart man. Smart man. Dr. Blue says, that's so cool. The Dollar Shave Club is sponsoring you, dude. I know, man. Hell yeah. I love it, too. Like, it was awesome because when they messaged me, I'd already been a customer for fucking years. I even told my wife, I was like, if they ever contact, I'm definitely doing it. And they messaged, they're like, hey, you want to advertise for us? I was like, fuck yeah, I will. Fuck yeah, I will. Sydney says, these kids are screaming in my neighborhood and I'm scared to go outside. Is it a playful scream or a bad scream? I would at least look and make sure someone's alright. Type of thing. Miss Bellatrix says, you know, Australia has one of the most seen UFO ever. Like the most sightings type of thing? I did not know that. I knew Nome, Alaska was a big one for like alien hotspot, which is cool because I watch a lot of those gold shows, like the fucking Bering Sea Gold and shit like that, and they're always out in the Bering Sea, out by Nome, Alaska. And I'm like, I wonder if they've seen them aliens. Damn aliens. I hear there's a lot of UFO sightings here in the desert as well. I saw something fucking trippy as shit like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I even grabbed my camera. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I found out it was someone's drone because it flew back home. And I was like, these motherfuckers are just out here breaking laws, making me think we have UFOs. But yeah, no. Butt wipes. I love a clean booty. Ask Izzy. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that their own butt wipes. Izzy, good to see ya. Speak of the devil. Happy Halloween, Izzy. I appreciate you taking a little bit of your busy schedule to come and sit with good old your maker. I appreciate you dropping in for show. Thunderbat, thank you so much. Says Halloween and FIFA 20 all night. Hell yeah. That's a good way to spend it. Thank you so much for the support. Glad I can help entertain you on this wonderful Halloween evening going into the night.
Sugar buns.
Yeah, sugar buns. No, at the school, there was over 300 people who seen this UFO. The UFO that I think is the most prevalent in sighting is the one above LA, where it was actually in newspapers and shit, and they fired live. The military was firing rounds and all kinds of shit at it, and nothing was happening. And then they eventually said it was a weather balloon. You know, it's always a weather balloon. But that was the one I think is, in my mind, has the most validity, at least from the standpoint of it having the word a lot of people, the fact it was actually printed in the news before it was taken back, and there's photos of the light on the thing, and you can see there's something there because the fucking light's not just keeping going. But yeah, I'll have to look into that. I didn't really ever hear about Australian sightings. Oh wait, I heard a lot about the water. I think it was around Australia, where they see a lot of UFOs or stuff go into the water, if I remember correctly. Ginger says, I'm never up this late. Sugar buns. Well, I'm glad you're making a little change to chill with us for a little while. Appreciate you. Now there's fighting going on. Hey, that's always good, alright? Lets you know you're alive. Blackstar says, dude, why do I not get notifications for you or other horror narrators? I don't know, man. I get messages all the time of people unsubscribed. They thought I just wasn't posting for a long ass time. They come back and they've just been unsubscribed. People that don't get notifications. YouTube's just a little wonky right now. Yeah, my wife sometimes doesn't even get notifications for videos and whatnot. And she has her notifications on, yes. They can't shoot down a weather balloon? Question mark. Wow. I know, and that's the crazy thing, is like it's just so well documented in the fact they were actually shooting the thing and nothing was happening. It happened at a primary school back in the early 90s, I think. I'll have to look into that, Miss Bellatrix, so thank you. I'm always down for some UFO stories. I watched that guy that was on the Rogan podcast. That was when I forget, he was like really higher ranking in the military. He was a fighter jet pilot. And they've actually, I think it was the Air Force that actually said, yes, there are these unidentified flying objects that we keep running into. They have video of it on thermal and all that, and I guess it's crazy fast. The videos looked fucking trippy, but essentially they call it Tic Tac. So if you ever want to look it up, just look up Tic Tac UFO. It's like a little fucking Tic Tac shape, and it's fast as fuck, boy. Dr. Blue says, are you going to do anything with the wife today, your maker? Yeah, I'll probably end up stopping the stream at some point and scary movies, I'm thinking. I think that'd be nice. I enjoy scary movies, you know, if they're scary. I hope there's a good scary movie that's out. I don't know. I like the movies where everyone dies. Oh, that was another scary movie that we did. It was Haunted, where these people went into a haunted house and they started getting killed. It was awesome. That was a really good movie, actually. If you haven't seen that, check out Haunted. I don't know how new it is. I watch all my movies on a website, so I watch movies even when they're in theater. I just watch them at home on my TV because I don't want to go to the movie theaters. Because believe it or not, they have bed bugs. Well, one of our movie theaters has bed bugs, and I'm not going to risk it because there's some dirty ass people out there. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie Haunted. It was a nice, different story. I don't remember if everyone died. No. It didn't end how I wanted. I remember now. Yeah, that was a decent movie. And then there was another one. I can't remember the name of it. But it was like they take 6 or 7 college students or something like that. Some dude kidnaps them all. Kind of like Saw. And they wake up and all that's there is just water. There's no food, anything like that. And they're just stuck there. So they start getting hungry and they got to start deciding who they're going to kill and eat and stuff like that. And this chick falls in love with some dude in there, and she's a vegetarian or something like that. And they all ate her boyfriend. And then I don't remember how she ended up living or whatever to the end, but essentially he takes her in a room and throws a fucking steak on the ground. The killer, or whatever the fuck, throws a steak on the ground. He's like, let's see how long it takes you to eat this. Closes the door, and she didn't eat it for a while, it starts turning green and stuff, and then she eats it, and then he comes back in about the time she'd be hungry again and throws the rest of the dude she fell in love with, his body on the ground. Says, now let's see how long it takes you to eat this, and closes the door. And I think that was the end. And that was fucking amazing. I love stories where there's no happy ending. Well, maybe a different happy ending. Giggity. Us was really good. Avoided the bulk of annoying horror cliches. All right, let me jot that down. I'm always down for some good movies. Us. I'm just gonna type it right here. Okay, thank you. Izzy says, I'm ashed. I've barely watched any horror films this month. Oh, you better get on it. You and Dr. Blue tonight better watch some movies. And Trent's like, I get unsubscribed every day for some reason. Yes. Yeah. I actually had it happen to me on a channel too where I got unsubscribed. That was the first time I've actually had it happen to me. I forget who it was, but I was unsubscribed from their channel. I was like, what the fuck? That was the Navy that came forward with you. Okay. I wasn't sure. I know the Navy and the Air Force kind of work together when it comes to the air. But yeah, I knew it was a government, one of the armed forces that put it out. Thank you, by the way, for the correction. I was watching that shit as I was going to sleep, and it ended up making it so I didn't go to sleep. I was so into it. I was like, God damn, that's crazy. Jaded and Empty says, I hate horror movies where I don't have to use my brain because they're so easy to predict. I need to be an active participant. Fully agree. Fully agree. And it seems like that's how a lot of them are. They're just so basic and plain. So, it gets old after a while. Chucky, Hostel, Saw, Final Destination. Yeah, it's a good series. I kind of got bored of the Saw movies. I don't know why. It was just like, after a while, it was just like the same thing, so they kind of got boring. Final Destination, I loved those. Wonderful, wonderful series. Child's Play, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. But I have a feeling it would be like the same effect as when I went and watched Nightmare on Elm Street again. When I was a kid, I watched it, and I used to be really afraid of the dark because of it. And I remember one time, like, I showered, and all my guys out there know this. If you get soap in your pee hole, you learn it burns when you piss. And you learn that at a young age, and it doesn't happen again. So when that actually happened to me, I was thinking, like, Freddy Krueger's blades were coming out my pee hole. So it was traumatizing as fuck. And then I went back and watched it as an adult, and it was just fucking funny. I didn't get scared at all. It was just so hilarious, just because Freddy Krueger's a troll. Like, when he had that dude, the fucking, hearing aid, and he gets that chalkboard and just like it's tiny ass little chalkboard and pulls it out and just makes his head blow up. Like, it's just funny, you know. You didn't pick up on a lot of the humor as a kid, so I'm assuming Child's Play would be almost the same. The last one I saw was the one with Jennifer Tilly. Yeah. Children of the Corn, never seen it. I don't know what Babadook is. It sounds familiar. Samuel Ford says Child's Play is garbage. The new Chucky is a joke. No offense to Mark Hamilton. Yeah, it seems like a lot of them, they're just trying to get money from the nostalgic reasons. You know, they had such a great cult following, and then now they're like, hey, we can get guaranteed money just by putting this name on it. Let's just come up with some fucking story. Yeah. All right, let's get into a story. Let's find a story. Why not? Halloween, after all. Okay, we'll check this out. It's got 1,000 upvotes. For me, this is really freaky and has yet to be explained. Turn this on. Well, one night some kids came running to the staff cabin saying they saw something outside their cabin. We went to investigate. I was the only staffer with knowledge of firearms, so I was tasked with holding the camp's only weapon, a .45 used for bears. We got to the cabin in question, and it looked small, isolated. Oh, and it looked like a small, isolated tornado had hit it, without disturbing the ground or trees around it. The camp leaders got all the kids from every cabin together, and we all huddled up in the cafeteria. The noises started. Think the sound of a pig squealing with hints of a dog in agony. Then things started slamming the building from multiple sides at once. The screaming got louder. The kids, all 15 and older, were crying, praying to God, asking for their parents. And there I was standing by the door, the only way in with a gun loaded with 6 rounds, when it sounded like there were 10 plus things outside. I admit I pissed my pants when the door started to get slammed inwards. Me and 3 others braced ourselves against the door. This all started at about 9 p.m. It did not end until almost dawn. It ended when whatever was slamming the door made it crack, and then I shot through the door. When the police finally arrived, the cell phones didn't work all night. They let us out. And there on the front steps of the cafeteria by the door was a splash of orangish yellow fluid, about as thick as blood. There were 3 toed footprints all over the place in the mud and sand. Think crow prints, only as big as a human hand with toes as thick as the average human thumb. No one had ever been able to explain it, but one of the officers commented on how the damage looked like it had been done by chimps, like they do in Africa while stationed, like he saw in Africa while stationed with the Peace Corps. So something with bird-like feet, orange-yellow blood, and chimp-like behavior and strength that sounds like a pig crossed with a dying dog. The camp was closed for 2 years, as I heard. The end. You know, that's something I don't do, is a lot of summer camp stories. That one I probably wouldn't have featured on the channel. It's a little out there, but, you know. Oh, The Stand is a wonderful movie. I love that movie so much. Wonderful movie. Very long. It used to be 4 VHS tapes. I haven't watched it since DVDs became a thing. I've seen that movie a lot, though. Randall Flagg. M-O-O-N. That spells moon. Let's get another one that was pretty short. That one's not rated very high. There's so many submissions right here that I'm trying to find ones that are higher rated to at least kind of have a little judge on if people like them or not, you know. I look for ones that at least have a few hundred. A lot of these have like 60, 50. Okay, we'll try this. I don't know what it is. It was during my general surgery residency in a busy general hospital in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This hospital is located right next to one of the largest slums in the country, which was very violent at the time, with opposing drug-dealing gangs trying to kill off the other. Before the night in question, I had operated on a guy with 6 gunshot wounds brought in by some good Samaritans who had seen him lying on the ground on the side of the road. He didn't have any life-threatening injuries, amazingly enough. Legend goes that a nice working man would die with a single .22 shot, but bad guys could walk away after being filled with an Uzi. This guy definitely was a bad guy. He was brought in around 3 a.m. on a Saturday. We finished surgery and the paperwork around 8 a.m. And as I was getting ready to go home, the man comes up and says he's the patient's cousin. He would like to know if he could be transferred right away to another hospital. This guy was definitely not the patient's cousin. Obviously, that was obvious from a mile away. And even if... Let me zoom in. Alright. Text is kind of small. Oh, there we go. And even if he was, no, my friend, he can't. He just had surgery and apparently he's under arrest for some reason, so no, he can't. Please come back tomorrow and go through the appropriate channels for transfer. That wasn't in quotes, so I didn't read it like they were saying it. On Monday, I got some gory details. The patient was a super bad guy. Drug dealer, militia boss, kill your enemies kind of fellow. And it had been the police who had shot him. Apparently, there was this execution group at the local police station and they really wanted this guy gone. This is told to me by the police officer stationed at the hospital while I'm repeating. I really don't want to know. Please don't tell me these things and blah blah blah. While blocking my ears with my fingers. Anyway, he keeps on telling me the stories. The would-be killers thought to be dead and drew him in a ditch, of which he escaped. Then got picked up by people who brought him in. Then someone from the execution group tried to get him transferred. The cousin. Yada yada yada. That's what they actually wrote. I'm not just skipping their story. I don't know if I believed the whole story, but it really didn't matter. He was my patient and I was going to care for him. He really scared me though. Just the way he looked at me as though... Just the way he looked at you was enough to make my blood freeze. I'm butchering that. But every day I would see him, dress his wounds, prescribe his meds. One night about 4-day post-op, I find myself in the elevator going to the hospital's basement, which is not a nice place to start with. The elevator was this humongous thing, Jurassic and gross, with gate doors. It was almost closing when a police officer in uniform who I never met opens the door and gets in with me. He looks at me, checks my badge, looks at me again. And then he flips the emergency switch and stops the elevator. Classic what the fuck oh shit moment. He says, "You're responsible for bad guy. Bad guy in bed 11? Yeah? Is he gonna die? Eventually, yes, we all are. Note to self, police guys do not enjoy philosophical statements." He says, "I mean, is he going to live through this?" Probably. Is there a way you can change that? Maybe there's a pill that can be accidentally switched or something? He is a cop killer. In my head, I say, fuck. Me, to him, listen, I understand you guys don't want him around, but I need to do my job, okay? My job is to take care of him, which is what I'll do until the day he leaves the hospital. You need to respect the fact that I need to do my job, right? I look at him hopefully. I'm really not a judge. I'm just a doctor. Please let me do my job. Then he flipped the switch back on and the elevator moved again. And the whole time he's looking at me with pure rage in his eyes. I'm almost peeing my pants, but I hold his gaze like I know what the hell I'm going to do. My legs are jello and I'm considering moving to Antarctica. He stays in the elevator when I leave, still with the staring contest. Oh, I don't know. Still with the staring contest. Yeah. Guy definitely watches too many movies. It works though. I'm terrified. Never been back to that damn basement again. Okay, I was gonna leave this part out, but someone will ask. I just know it. Here's what happened after he got discharged. Oh, and how do I know, you ask? The friendly police officer again. That dude cannot shut up. Bad guy was supposed to go straight to prison by ambulance. Apparently there was an accident inside it, though, involving a gun carried by the officer that was escorting him. He even started to tell him where they dumped the body, when literally, I'm not making this up, covered my ears with my fingers again, saying, la 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 la. Yes. 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 Psh, people use Netflix. I use AFTA. It's just a website you go to and watch movies. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, the real OG 313. PCP can do wonders. What the fuck did I miss? Holy shit. Ginger says he's using the same pop filter I use. I just hate my sound. I need help editing. Yeah, I have a decent mic. This one, the pop filter also has metal inside of it. So it's fabric and then metal and then fabric. And then my mic is an MXL 990 condenser microphone. And I got a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 USB interface for the phantom power. Chef says, I use movie sub and 123 movies. 123 movies is good too. I always feel bad like sending those links to family members that aren't savvy with those. Because as you know, you can click something wrong really easy. They make it look like it's the video, but it's not. Yeah. The la la part is dope. I should have just done it like la 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 la. I hate doing that. The mouth clicks are so gross. But I like doing the little baby sound. That's what I should do is like my outro is just add it to the Come Play With Me. That's the name of the song I do in my outro. Just start doing stupid la 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 la. Something like that. Yeah, the metal in the pop filter really helps. I mean, obviously there's a whole bunch of holes in the metal, but yeah, it helps a lot. I wanted to make sure I got a really nice one because of my mic. I didn't want to like ruin it immediately, so yeah. I think it was like $15 or something like that. It really wasn't that expensive. And it's definitely worth it. Even though my cats like to knock down my mic, it's got hit. It's not dented, but I can just know. I know it's been hit. They love my recording area in the closet. I don't know why. Tigger's always in there sleeping in my chair. Thumper always comes in when I'm recording. Always. And then he starts rubbing up against my mic stand. So my mic's sitting there doing that. That same thing. That's what I was going to do. It's going like this. I'm trying to record a story. And he's just like rubbing up on my mic. He's like, bro, get out. I gotta try to get this back. Get this back. I should have muted my mic for this. Here we go. Okay. But yeah. Thumper is annoying as fuck. How do you think is the best voice narrating in horror county? You butchered the fuck out of that, dude. Butchered the fuck out of it. I don't know, it's hard to say. It really depends on like the mood I'm in, I guess. Just really, I know Cries Reed, like I really get into him. Mr. Black Pasta, Corpse. It just really depends, you know. Everyone's got their own thing. Like I really can get into some people. Like Cry Reed's, the first time I heard him, I was like, holy fuck, dude, this guy is amazing. And then I actually heard about him when Corpse collabed with him. That was the first, I didn't even know he was fucking Channel the Red Stories or anything like that. And I saw Corpse collab with him or something like that. And I checked him out, I was like, god damn, this motherfucker. He good as shit. And Mr. Black Pasta is really good too. Another one of those I was like, holy fuck, man. But he's actually really small. And I'm like, how in the fuck, dude? Like, he's got great quality. I got a collab in the works for him as well. Anna's like, your cats like your stories too. They do. But I'm very allergic to cats. It turns out I got an allergy test a month and a half, 2 months ago. And they are the thing I'm most allergic to. So they've been pretty much the cause of all my health issues. So I pretty much just gotta deal with it till they die. But I love those motherfuckers. My wife is like, you gonna stop letting Thumper cuddle with you in bed? And I'm like, fuck no. I'm gonna deal with that shit. Oh, I know someone told me to watch my language. Sorry. Shit just comes out. As I just curse again. It just comes out. I'm an adult. It happens. The military also didn't help because we cuss like sailors even though we are men. Such a dig right there. It's alright, Black Star. I knew what you were trying to say. I'm just giving you a hard time. Cry Reads. I think it's just Cry Reads. That should pop it up, if I remember. If someone else remember, like I haven't been on his channel in forever. I haven't watched a lot of scary stories in a while. You kind of get burnt out if you're doing it all and listening to it all type of thing. So, yeah. I know that's how a lot of us narrators get after a while. It's just like, bruh. I can't listen and like you're too engulfed in it and you get burnt out almost. I take allergy pills. I have a steam inhaler. I have saline shit. Like I do everything I can do. Flonase, all that shit. I take that regularly. I've taken Flonase for I've actually kind of weaned off of it for now just because it can be bad for you after a while, but I was on it for like a year. That's why I ended up going in for a test, is to see what the fuck was wrong. And yeah. Jaded says, like, I'm not leading a cheeseless life just because my immune system is dumb. Cheese is amazing. Smoked cheddar is my favorite. I couldn't go without cheese. Cheese is amazing. Ginger says, lick that like button now. Lick it. Lick it. Yeah, lick it real good. Alright, let's see. Did I know cats can be allergic to humans too? I did not know that. I guess that makes sense though. I've just never thought about it from that perspective. No, it makes sense though. I think I'm allergic to my guinea pigs too. They didn't have a test for that, but... Alright, I don't know what this story is at all, but we'll check it out now. We'll see what's up. 3 years ago, when I was in first year of my engineering, I used to work 2 to 3 hours in the night at a college library. As I was just a 19-year-old, they gave me easy work. I just needed to check the library entry book. My college is situated in a rural area. That is why most of the time I have to work alone at night. One day when most of the students and college staff were celebrating Navaratri festival, 9-day festival in India, I was reading some stories about, oh my fucking god, Sachin Tendulkar. I was reading some stories about Sachin Tendulkar. It was around 1 a.m. Librarian told me to join the celebration, but I was not interested at all. After some time, he left the library. Every night my friends played cricket in the hostel area, and I could already hear their voices. But the night was different. There was no one in the hostel area. Around 2 a.m. I heard someone walking in the economics section of the library. As I was sitting in the sports section, I couldn't see who was walking there. I felt a bit scared because the entry gate is from the sports section and the entry gate from the hostel area was locked. I continued my work. After 10 to 15 minutes, someone started to walk again. I put my book down on the desk and went to the economics section. I was sure that there was someone in the library. Yes, indeed. We just have 2 small rooms for economics section, and I checked both of the rooms, and there was no one there. I went back to the sports section and entered all the data from the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. At the same time, I was wondering what was going to happen next. When I was about to leave the library, I noticed a little boy about 10 years of age was standing by the economics section door. He was staring at me. That was the scariest moment of my life. I run towards the college campus, and I didn't stop until I reached it. I told this story to my friend. They told me to leave my job. After 6 to 7 days, they changed my job timing. He must have a phobia of children. He saw a 10-year-old boy, and it was like the scaredest. Even someone their first comment's like, I'm confused. Why were you scared of a little boy staring at you? That's pretty much my thought. It's like, you didn't elaborate on that. Like, little boys can't get in or something like that, you know? That's funny as fuck. Yeah. Mozzarella's good. Yeah, it is. I even made a video about that. I was like, everyone says it's all about this cheddar. I say it's about the mozzarella, bitch. And I dropped like 2 pounds of string cheese on my table. Just had poop and whoopee cushion trick or treating at my door. What is that? Is it like the bag of poop on fire type of trick? I don't know what that is. Chaotic kind of stopped narrating stories like 4 years ago. Yeah, that was about the time I had gotten into him, and I think he did mostly gaming or something like that. So it was just like a really small, every once in a while story type of thing anyways. Yep. Holy shit. This one has 20,000 upvotes. 20.6 thousand upvotes. Alright, let's see what this says. I used to work as a PC support in those days and was working for a bank. One of the tasks in the night shift was to image new desktops with the company image to install a new operating system. It was around 2 a.m. and I was alone on the whole floor, engrossed in installing the operating system. Suddenly I heard a kid running and laughing. What's up with all the little kids? People need to get their kids under wraps. I got shit scared and thought I might just be imagining it. After around 5 minutes I hear 2 kids running and laughing. And now I'm sure it's what I heard. Now imagine my scenario. On a whole empty floor in the dead of night with 2 kids running and laughing. I was spooked really bad. I followed the sound and saw one cubicle light was on, and a guy was sitting there. And they were his kids, around 5 or 6 who were playing. He told me that he had just had some unfinished work and thought to tag his kids along till he finished up. I wanted to shake him badly and shout, "You gave me a heart attack!" But in the end, I just said, "Cute kids." Bro, everyone's like afraid of little kids. I can't blame them nowadays. What's up, Mama Wolf? Salad fingers. Why does that sound super familiar? First thing that comes to my head is just like, I'm old Greg. I don't know why. Don't know why. Dude, I've dropped like 63 frames this whole stream. That's crazy. So much. My internet is stupid. Trying to see if there's another high voted one like that. Jamboni. This person started out probably not what you're looking for. That immediately makes me go to the next one. And it's like, okay, thank you for the heads up. Probably not the best way to start your story. But, alright. Sure you all hear the clicking. Well, I'm not seeing any other highly rated ones. 'Tis the life. Damn, like none of these are rated. Like anything. 4. 4. 6. Jesus. We went from 20.6 thousand upvotes to 10. 4. 5. Fucking hell, 12. I guess all of these ones suck. Sound bits, that sucks. Well, let's see if there's anything on the Reddit. Creepy girl in the parking lot. I tell you, everyone's got a fear of kids. Very interesting. It goes from creepy girl in the parking lot, creep front of the store, creep guy at car wash. So many just like creep. That creepy pimp who tried to turn me out. Oh, that just sounds horrible. Yeah, even over here, it looks like we're slacking. That's why I'm glad I got my stories when I did from Wora, dude. I had a feeling that they weren't looking that good. Creepy pastor gets angry after my mom interrupts him. We'll try this. Fuck it. I know a lot of people like stalker stories. This primarily happened to my mom, but this had badly affected me mentally to worry with worry. She wanted me to post it just to give people a heads up so that if you encounter creeps, you know that they can be literally anywhere. This is going to be long-winded, sorry. Fuck. But I just want to get every detail in that's possible. I was born on a dark, cloudy day. My mom was in labor for 22 hours. I knew it was a burden for her, but it was a mere 9 months ago that I was conceived when her and my father decided to make love. And me. My mom was grunting as she tried to force me from her vaginal cavity. Poof! Once my shoulders came through, I slid out like a turd on a Mexican Tuesday after eating day. Obviously, I'm just making this shit up now. I'm helping out with the details, alright? We're getting a little more detail than you want, but we're getting detail. It was at that moment I took my first breath of fresh air, and I knew the horror had just begun. The doctor looked at me, and I did nothing because I was just like a baby. But this happened last month, and we still don't actually know what happened with Jeremy in the end.
I'm a 19-year-old female who's studying at a university in England, entering my 2nd year last month. We decided to stay in my university town the day before I was due to move to my student home so I could get there early and move my stuff in and give me the rest of the day to relax before we started Freshers Week. The night before moving day, me and my mother stayed at a hotel located in my university town. We were greeted by a very friendly man who called himself Jeremy. Jeremy was a very attentive and showed us to our room and stayed around 10 minutes telling us the history of the hotel and repeatedly asked us if we needed to help unpacking and stuff, which we kindly rejected. It was a Friday, so me and my mother went around town and had a few drinks. Nothing too heavy, as Freshers Week started the next day, so I wanted to be fresh for the Saturday night. Before going out, Jeremy explained that he never works weekends, so he told us to have a good night and wished me luck on the rest of my university journey. He gave me a hug and gave my mother a hug and a slight kiss while moving his hand down towards her bum, which she found weird, but brushed it off as nothing. My mom is 37, but she looks young at her age, and Jeremy is easily in his 40s. So we just thought Jeremy may have fancied his chances with her. Moving on, me and my mom had a great night around the town and watched a couple of live bands, having a few wines, so we were a little tipsy. We get back to the hotel and the bar is still open, so we decide to have a nightcap.
So much for making it an easy night.
Whilst we were having a drink in the bar, Jeremy emerges from the back room and spots us and makes a couple of jokes. Jeremy then proceeds to watch a video on his phone on full volume of a woman screaming at the top of her lungs as she was being murdered. The scream was blood-curdling and made me and my mom unsettled. And also another couple in the bar looked a little concerned as well. The video went on for about 3 to 4 minutes before Jeremy left and went into the back. When we went to make our bed, my mom had taken her shoes off after they had become painful after dancing in the bars earlier. Jeremy emerges from the back room and puts his arm around my mom and says,
"Oh, let me help you with to your room, honey. You must be wasted after all that drinking."
My mom isn't actually that drunk and insists she's fine. But Jeremy persists and basically follows us to our room and proceeds to come in. But I bid him good night and close the door pretty much in his face before locking it. The next morning we wake up early and make our way down for breakfast. The young girl working takes our breakfast order, only for Jeremy to bring them out, insisting the eggs cooked to perfection, although he claimed to never work the weekends.
Jesus, my voice is cracking.
Me and my mom are waited out by Jeremy at the stage and check out straight after breakfast. Jeremy sees us out and says these exact words.
Oh my god. "I'll see you very soon, Christine."
My mother's name.
sounded so blunt.
My mother's name. Anyway, at the time it doesn't strike us as unusual, and my mom drives us back to my new home and helps me unpack stuff. She helps me to unpack, and then she leaves in the early afternoon as she had to work that evening in our local bar. The rest of the day goes by without pretty much going on. But that night, I'm out drinking with my housemates, and I get a call from my mom saying that Jeremy has come into the bar where she works. This is no coincidence, as we were having...
Oh my god, I don't think I can keep doing that, guys. It feels like it's getting harder. I'm sure some of you wanted me to stop that a long time ago anyways. I don't even know how long this story has to go either. Shit. This is no coincidence, as when we were having our nightcap, Jeremy would have heard us talking about the bar where my mom works, and he also had our address, which we needed to provide at the hotel for whatever reason. He had also said to his mom, when she was pouring... He had also said to my mom when he was pouring his pint that she should go round to his friend's house after that shift, which was right around the corner. This call really scared the shit out of me. About half an hour later, my mom called me, and said that Jeremy had left the bar after she rejected his offer to go to his friend's house later. But Jeremy said he'd be back for her later. This was really worrying, and I told her to make sure a customer was with her as she was locking up that evening. After this call, I felt sick and didn't join my friends to go to our nightclubs. In the meantime, I called my dad, who no longer speaks to my mom. They aren't on bad terms, they just chose not to keep in contact with each other after they split up a few years ago. My dad's a club bouncer, but he wasn't on duty that night. But I called him and begged him to drive down there and make sure everything was okay. My dad clearly knew by my shaky voice that I was panicked, scared, and helpless. 1 a.m. rolled around, and I didn't get a response from either my mom or my dad's phone. I was worried sick, hoping that Jeremy wouldn't be waiting around the corner to do something to my mom when she was locking up. At 1:30 a.m., my mom finally rang me in hysterics. As she had been locking up, Jeremy had pulled up in a car with 3 other men and shouted at her to get in the car for a ride. My mom declined his advances and he got out of the car and approached her and told her that he won't tell her again. He said that she's been flirting with him and teasing him ever since he checked them in that night. Jesus. I'm horrible. She told Jeremy that it is complete bullshit, and she wasn't at all into him. As Jeremy got closer to her, she could smell heavy liquor. As Jeremy went to grab my mom, my dad pulls up behind the car and beeps his horn. This causes Jeremy to look back at the car and climb back into his, and tells my mom that he knows where she lives, and he'll be waiting. The car screeches off. My dad then gets out of the car and tells her that I told him to check on her. Scared to go home alone, she asked my dad to drop her off at my grandmother's as she didn't want to be alone. After that night, we never saw Jeremy again, but my mom did make a report with the police and gave them a full account of what happened. But she hasn't heard back from them. I'm just so relieved that my dad turned up at the pub when he did, as Jeremy would have easily been able to get my mom into that car, as she's very small in stature, 5'2" and around 120 pounds. I just hope that scumbag got what was coming to him and is behind bars. My mom has been pretty badly affected by this, only now comfortable being alone in her own home. So Jeremy, I hope you rot in hell, and let's never, ever meet. Ever. What's up, Brett? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're having a happy Halloween. Ginger's like, you just rolled your R's. That's talented tongue. Yes, I used to roll my R's a lot. Yes. That was weird, though. That was fucking crazy. My voice started cracking real bad at the end. I could not keep that female voice going. You sound like the hostess on Dracula Dead and Loving It. I don't know what that is. Why is Miss Doubtfire reading me a horror story?
I'm Mrs. Doubtfire. Yes, I'm wonderful with children. Yes. Let me see your children. Bad children. Bad children. No candy. No candy for you. All the candy for me. Very bad children.
Yeah. Here's like just non-stop traffic outside, which is weird. I don't like it. Well, shit. I think we might actually just wind down the stream. It's like 6 p.m. I can spend a little time with the missus. We've had a nice long stream. I've read a shit ton of stories, made up some stories. I even made up a story in the beginning of that story. When they said they were going to go into massive detail, I was like, well, fuck, I can do some detail. It's getting nice and dark too. Alright, so I think we'll go ahead and just end this stream right now. I think that's been a good stream. And I've had 70 dropped frames. Jeebus. Jeebus. I don't know why. I think it's our internet or something. It's like dropping. I mean, it's not too bad to the point people can't watch. Oh, and 70 dropped friends. Alright, everybody, I do appreciate you checking out this stream. I really do. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. And if you didn't catch my newest video, I posted a video 4 or 5 hours ago. So you can go check that out if you want. Yes. Get yourself some butt wipes. Butt wipes. Thank you all so much for joining in. I really do appreciate it. And get you in that there on next one. Bad bye. Bad bye. Yeah, bad bye. I'm fucking with my wife. She's waiting to do something, so I'm just she's sitting there just hovering, waiting to do something. That's why I'm just drawing, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." All right, guys, I'll catch y'all.